My fondest memory is when I go back in my mind and I think about when I started cooking. I started cooking at 5, and I just know that ever since I was young, I was so fascinated by cooking shows. And I would just watch the Food Network continuously doing very mundane things, and I would look forward to watching those shows. And so as I got older, I developed this love, and it is a love language at the end of the day. Food is something that you share with people, and it brings people together. And I think continuously throughout my life, I've always just loved making food for my family. During COVID, my best friends and I would create these dinners every week. Everyone would have a day. And those are some of my fondest memories during that time, especially, that really ignited my passion for food as well. So I have all these different memories connected to food, and I think we all do. They have stories, they have connections, and it really does it's a love language. So I have a background in art. I've always been involved in the visual arts field. Ever since I was in middle school, that's when I started off in Miami. I got into a magnet art school, and then I continued that through high school, and then I went to an art college in Maryland called MICA, and that really ignited a lot of passion for me again in food. I'm really invested in natural dyeing and textiles, and so it kind of just re-sparked a new interest of food for me. I always knew I would eventually pursue cooking, but it was always about timing for me. So when I got into really exploring and experimenting with food during COVID, I started thinking about it again, and I could tell. So then when I moved back here after school, I discovered Abbey Tech, and I have a lot of family here, and they had remarkable things to say about the program, and I was just like, why not? So I did enroll pretty last minute, and it was definitely the best decision I ever made. So I would say that it's always been there. It was just always about timing, and you kind of always have to just wait till timing feels right sometimes, and that definitely happened for me. With my 4-year college experience, I was able to walk into this program with a pretty good head on my shoulders, in terms of like my organization, the way I am like in a school environment, and then communication, which helps a lot. But definitely from the instructors here, I've learned a lot to just take initiative and show up and do more, because I've always been the type to want to do more and do all the things that they want you to do and take initiative. And I think that's really important in this industry, is just showing up and doing the best that you can with what you got. And things happen, problems will happen, like mistakes will happen, and I definitely think you should take those situations and just learn from them and make the best out of it. So they've definitely taught us to just do all those things. It was like my 4th week in culinary school, and Chef Hertz pulls me aside and he talks to me about, I have really good knife cuts, and he just said, hey, like, why don't you just try out for the team? Like, these are the requirements, and not a lot of first years get on, but it's a great opportunity and experience to just like push yourself, and hey, why not? And so that weekend, it was like a week before the tryouts, and I bought like 12 chickens too. And I yacked away at it, and I just did my best to like look up different videos. I know it was ACF certified chicken butchery. We hadn't learned chicken butchery, so honestly whatever I was doing was probably wrong. But hey, I pushed myself and I did the best I could, and I made my lab plan, got myself organized from what I've learned within those 4 weeks. And I thought it was such a great experience. It was really nerve-wracking, but there were a lot of people, second years there, that were supporting me, and I really appreciated that, because it was nerve-wracking. I was the only first year that tried out. So yeah, I was really happy that I pushed myself to do it.
What do you go back and say to the Abbey that walked in the door for the very first time here at Abbey Tech? Is there any advice that you think that you might be able to give after your experience here?
For sure. I think the biggest thing I could say is like just connect with people, because we're all nervous on that first day. Like, I know when I first tried on this coat, it didn't feel natural at all, and now it feels so natural and comfortable for me. I feel like a lot of pride wearing it, and I think that when you walk in, you just need to own it and just accept that you're not going to know what you're doing, and continue and just learn and listen, and again, use your resources. The chefs are here for a reason, and they have so much experience and insight that they're really just awesome people to talk to. They've been through it all since the beginning for their careers, so they want to like help and talk to you. And I would say just like connect with people. Sometimes this is a very fast-paced environment in education. So definitely trying to slow down and like get to know your peers, talk to each other about life and just how you're feeling in the program is really important, and just taking that time to do things outside is also really good. And that's what the Hot Foods team has given me, is this like family oriented group that you live here. We pretty much all live here. So I really love how that brought us together. And I've created a really great group of friends that I'm excited to come back to for second year. So we all support and love each other and just want to cheer each other on. So I would say that.